And now for our feature presentation.
No stone is unturned when you tune into Just Toy Talking Too Much.
Just Toy Talking Too Much.
We talking sex, marriage, relationships, prejudice, politics.
Girl.
Your rights, my rights, the way that I see it, the way that we talk. When we talk real talk.
And that's the double truth. Say, people, you talk too much. And if you're talking, you can't be listening. But you need to be listening to Just Toy Talking Too Much. Get it?
And that's the triple truth, Ruth.
Greetings, and gratitude. Yes! Clap it up. Greetings and gratitude for tuning into another episode of Just Toy Talking Too Much, where we talk real talk, the talk with your friends. I can be found on www.justtoytalking2much.com. On the home screen, a subscribe box will appear, and just put your email ID in there. You'll be updated, not inundated, with all of the vlogs, the write-ups, the articles, things of that nature. It's twice a month. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up like button. I'm Toy High of Just Toy Talking Too Much, and I can be reached on Instagram, Just Toy Talking Too Much, as well as at Miss Toy High, and on my Facebook fan page, it is Just Toy Written Expressions. I'm a photographer, an author, a philosopher, and a person who loves to talk. I really do. I am such a sapiosexual, it's ridiculous, and an entomologist. So I am many things, and I'm a photographer, and I'm sensitive about my so let's keep it cute. This edgy, witty, raw, and candid rant of expression is a silly one. I think I'm going to start talking about my date life again, because this is, I'd rather laugh about it and make jokes and kiki and ha and throw shade, during this whole new process that I started back in February. So I had given up dating. I just put it on the back burner or what have you. But anyways, let me pause because I'm getting ahead of myself. This is Edgy, Witty, Ron, Candid Rant of Expression is brought to you by the distinctive Dapper Dude. For the Dapper Dude that always looks good. Something for the younger and the older Dapper Dude. Also, Gangsta Glam. It is a women's online boutique. And for living life in the glamorous lane, they can be found at www.gangstaglam.com. And they can be found on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. Great pieces, trendy, chic, bohemian, that kind of thing, glamorous. So, I always say I'm going to be transparent and be direct and blunt and spewing my truth. So this edgy, witty, raw, and candid rant of expression is called "These Men Out Here Complaining About Paying a Woman's Bills." Testing. Is this thing on? And I am working my soundboard over here, so let's just do a mic check. Tune it in. Hook it up. Is that the right frequency? Check this out. So a lot of the men that I meet and we have conversation on the phone because I do get asked out to dinner like the first conversation, and I think that's a nice thing. That this is not a complaint, none whatsoever. I think that is a very nice thing, to ask someone out to dinner and what do you like to eat and find a spot. I mean, I think that's a nice thing. It's a nice date. So anyways, the first conversations we're hearing, and all the time, at least 9 times out of the 10 of the dates that I go on, I am hearing I'm talking to a woman in the first date, in the first conversation, she's talking about her cell phone bill is due, as well as her Georgia Power bill is due, and she needs money, and I'm getting hit up. So I'm going to play the devil's advocate. I am not going to take any side. I'm just going to show you both sides of the coin. When I hear a man say this, I really feel like that's messed up. Like, I really do. I really feel like I do. Because it's like, you don't want to meet a woman and the first conversation that you and her have, she's asking you to pay her bills. And I don't think that that's cool. So I do get it from that end. That's not cool at all. Like, no kudos for me. none whatsoever. And you place them in an awkward position, because men are those soldiers, that strength, they're the head of the household. That's the way society, they go and they take care of the woman, the family, the wife, the children. That's in their DNA and their nature, at least most men. That's what's supposed to be there. So, I get it, and I don't think that that's a cool thing to do. Then, on the other hand, I get why some women do it. I'm going to say all, some, because I don't like to categorize anyone and put them in a box. This is why some women do it. Well, so supposedly sex is a weapon, and for a heterosexual man, the awkward walks home, the dating, the conversations on the phone, the sex texting or the flirtation or, whatever, the holding of the hands leads to really, I want to at some point in time sleep with you. I want to have sex with you eventually at some point in time. This is what all of this is for, because I am physically and visually attracted to you. And so as long as you have the cookie, and that's the woo, and that's the pheromones that's pulling this man to you, and he's attracted to you, you have the upper hand. Some, women have an upper hand for these heterosexual men, because I'm speaking in regards to heterosexual men and heterosexual women right now at this time. So I get it. You have this thing where you want to, that's eventually where you want to get to. And that's normal. And that's life. And that's nature. And I get it. So now a woman that you're attracted to is talking about, can you pay my bills? She is telling you that as soon, at one point in time, if she doesn't pay her bills, her phone's going to be like,
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
My phone is off. And so now I can't talk to you. We can't converse because I need my phone and I need you to pay it. Now, on the flip side, I get that there are some women out here, and there are quite a few of them, that have slept with men and thought that if giving them what they wanted would be the goal of her being able to ask for $1 here and there, or get something from him in a monetary substance or a material form, some lira, dinero, something, because, I have let you into my inner world, and, I've opened my legs. I went ahead and I chose for you and I to have sex. Now, I may have had a motive in mind. I may have a motive where I want to have sex with you. I want to have sex with you so that I can sleep with you because I know that you have a little money, or whatever the case may be. There was a motive. There was a thought. There was something that was there that she felt that eventually she could get some money. But what you told her was,
not today.
she's not getting it. So when these women who are like this have consistently done this, now it's a new day. I have been giving men what they wanted because I wanted something in return too. So let me just knock on the door and let me just say,
May I have your attention, please?
that now I'm not going to give you any woo until you give me what I want. So just imagine a woman going out and with a guy on 2 dates, and let's just say, for the sake of argument, that for her meals only, not his, but for him treating her and taking her out on a date and treating her and taking her out to dinner, he spent $60 both dates, okay? $30 on each meal. So now, after you spending $60 of something that she is going to go defecate or urinate out of her body, it is not going to last her for 30 days, like paying the Georgia Power bill or paying the cell phone bill until it is due again. It's gone. She's going to be hungry in another few hours. So you gave a temporary solution. So she's thinking, don't take me out to eat. Give me the $60. Give me the $70, $80 because I'm in need right now. Or maybe she's testing you. She could be testing you. She could be setting you up. She could be thinking like, well, let me see what I can get right now. If I can get something from him, is he worth the trip? And she's trying to find out she's asking a plethora of questions and she's setting you up very quickly with no chaser to see what, how you're going to react and what you're going to do. Now, a lot of these men that I have had this conversation with are tricks of the trade. So these are the men that, I can look at you and I can feel your energy and I know you're a trick. Like, I know, you break bread. You know what I'm saying? You break bread. And I like a strong man. And of course, what woman doesn't want a man weak over her? Like, I'm just totally so in love with you. That's a beautiful thing. At least to me, that's how I look at it. When someone thinks like the world of me and is loving me and giving me their heart, I think that is, a wonderful thing to have. And so with that being said, let me just throw a funk master flex bomb for, feeling love like that. It's a beautiful thing. But anyways, back to the subject at hand. She's testing and she wants to know, because at the beginning of the day, she's not going to want to be with you. It's like no thinking about it. None whatsoever. It is just going to...
I tried, and you know what I found out? That I can't. No. I've looked into it, and I found out that I can't. I've researched it, and I found out that I can't.
See, I can't. So I want to know now if this is what's going to be. Because if I, there's some women too, like if you hit this, we're in a relationship. If you and I are screaming, there's no a hit and run, homie, lover, friend, nothing. I'm not your hookup. But if we're screaming, we're in a relationship. So, you got to be careful. And so I guess now, and I'm saying guess loosely, that women are asking. And it's a plethora of women out here in Atlanta asking due to the fact that these men, and it's been a plethora of them, are telling me the same story about women asking and begging for money to pay bills. Please. And I'm saying, damn, like that. So now I'm you giving the women like me, like, oh my gosh, is it just that bad? Is the thirst, is the struggle, hashtag, is the struggle really real? Hashtag, the thirst is real. Hashtag, that hoe over there. Like, it's just getting kind of hectic out here where we have to ask on the first conversation, do you have some loot, some skrilla, some dough, some ends? But I get it, because now, I've thrown my cookie in the trash a few times for some dudes, and I got nothing but having to go take a shower to get rid of all of what you put on me, and now I get nothing. And so, and then you have men out here that are paying women so that they can get something. You have a plethora of sugar daddies. You have a plethora of tricks. And let me tell you something. You don't have to, ugly doesn't constitute being a trick. Being older doesn't constitute being a trick. It is just what men are, period. At the beginning and the end of the day, you're going to trick some of your money off, on a woman because you're wooing her. You're going to take her out to eat. You're going to do something. She's going to get something from you. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? So if you're offended by me saying trick, then you're just offended, because at the beginning and the ending of the day, it is what it is. So,
I'm sorry, sweetie.
It is what it is. I get why the women are doing that, and then that's the part I'm playing devil's advocate. Like, it's gonna pay. You got to pay to play. And me going out to dinner with you a couple of times doesn't constitute me sleeping with you, even no matter how much you flirt with me, how much you ask. So I'm going to ask in advance. I think it's crass. Like I said, I'm playing both sides of the fence. I'm like with the man, like, that's really messed up. Like the first conversation that you have with the woman, she's sitting up here like, are you going to give me some money? Like, yeah. Like, when are you going to give me some money? Like, when are you going to pay a bill? Like, when are you going to, and you're sitting, and the dude's sitting up here like,
Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem.
And his nerves are shot, and he's trying to figure out what type of chick or what type of woman you are. So I get that. And then I get it from the woman who's been like, you know what I'm saying? I've screwed men, too many men, and I'm not going to keep screwing guys. And if you want this, look, you're going to have to pay some bills. So either the men that don't know, you're going to spend your money on a woman regardless. You're going to give something. You're going to do something for a woman. I don't care. Even if you don't pay a bill, you're still giving her some money. And if you're expecting her to sleep with you after you spend $60 or $70 on her in 2 weeks, you know, and she's asking you for some money and you want her to sleep with you and you only spend $65, $35, $40 or $25 on a drink, you smoked a blunt, you brought a bottle of wine, and now you feel like, okay, you and me, we need to get together because I'm feeling you, and you just supposed to just do it just because I'm GP, because that's just who I am. That is just the dude that I am. Well, for some women, it doesn't work like that anymore. It doesn't matter if you are they want to know something. Can I get some Skrilla, some dough, some loot, some yen, some lira, some dinero, some type of monetary value from you before I start laying up with you? Because there are women that do it all the time and get paid. I have been giving it away, and I've given it away and not received anything. So either men, you're going to keep complaining about what these women are doing. I'm not saying that how they're coming at you is right. I don't agree with that way of doing things, you know, and I don't agree with the way that men do things of like, well, their expectations, like this after an appetizer, because I've dated those guys, or a drink, or I've come and kicked it with you a couple of times. Now you should be, either I should be coming to your house or you should be coming to mine. So, I mean, well, damn. You're going to pay some kind of way. So what is it that you want to do? Do you want to pay like a little Georgia Power bill and keep it pimping? Or do you want to, you know, pay a cell phone bill? Or do you want to just keep racking up the pay for the dinners? You just want to keep racking that up. Do what you do. This is another episode of Just Toy Talking Too Much. And I'm out. Just Toy Talking Too Much, where we talk real talk, the talk that you would talk with your friends. And I'm out.